the life and times of little Justice. Just in the nick of mine. There he stood, around 9 feet tall and equally just as wide. With one tooth hanging loosely from his mouth, it made him look a little bit less menacing in the face. Yet his form did give little Jay some cause for concern. As they stood face to face, little Jay's first concern was to make sure his faithful friend, Bullet, wasn't going to back down. The creature appeared as if he meant business, and the two of them needed to be of one mind in discouraging any possibility of conflict, because little Jay hadn't had time to prepare by stretching and meditating enough to channel his chi, so he knew a battle at this moment would likely go in favor of the beast. Although, having witnessed Bullet's aggressive posture, he wasn't nearly as worried as he may have been initially. "Whoa there, little fella," he cautions calmly. "Even though you have a size advantage, think before you strike, because I don't want to have to prove how effective my iron fist technique is." Little Jay decided he'd show the creature his willingness to avoid a hairy confrontation if necessary, so he had allowed him to save face. He recalled his mom demonstrated such a move once when they were in a parking lot buying for the last space at a local supermarket. She had let a little old woman just take the space, as each of them would have been angling for it endlessly. Later on, she told little Jay, sometimes you have to be the bigger person in the situation. After little Jay warned the creature, it started to crouch over. Then it opened its mouth to expose its green tongue, and it had a huge splinter in it. Quickly realizing that this was likely the reason the creature seemed agitated, little Jay motioned for Bullet to get behind him, grab a hold tight onto his pants, and then together they pulled with all their might and tried to dislodge the splinter. It took what seemed like at least 3 hours, but eventually it broke free. Except, unfortunately and very unintentionally, they pulled out his only tooth as well. "Oh gosh!" explained little Jay. He felt terrible, as now the beast lay there crying profusely. He promised he'd fix the tooth, and he went to grab for a nearby hanging vine. Tying one end of it to the tooth, he climbed on Bullet, then carefully used the other end to wrap it around the neck of his patient. Afterwards, he went to step back and fell off his hairy pal, rolling over onto something that felt very warm and moist. Instantly, he knew something just wasn't right and jarred himself awake.